Hey guys, this is Kawaii Life Antonio here, and well, it's time I do a little talk. A Polly Pocket talk, that is. Polly Pocket 2018. It was a breath of fresh air. It was amazing, great show, season 1, my all-time favorite anime series of 2018. It had a good story. It was about Polly and how she handled with her locket, and how it comes with this whole, with great power comes great responsibility thing. That right here was special for Polly. And how it leads to her that she shouldn't show that to her parents, so she had to hide, which made sense. And it comes to show for Penelope, aka her grandma, that it is necessary for her to do this, but she has to do it responsibly. Because of the whole generations thing with the locket and the pocket itself. The pocket that is specialized for the locket. That right here is quite special. And of course, she can use it with her friends, which is good. However, though, Season 1 of Polly Pocket, while amazing, it only lasted, well, it was just the first season. Because the later seasons of Polly Pocket ended up to be this generic girl show. You get title cards. It shifted to the 11-minute format instead of the 22-minute format. Drastic changes were ahead of. You get the fact that Lila no longer likes fashion and now she likes karate, which feels strange. You get the fact that Gwen and Griselle didn't show up until something that I might as well talk about. And of course, this is going to bring on spoilers for Season 1 episodes, specifically Unlocketing The Past Part 2. So, here it goes. At the end of Unlocketing The Past, a cliffhanger was occurred. Grunwalda emerged from it and she gained Pocket, which means that she was planning for revenge on Polly herself. That right here sadly did not catch on, because after that, it led to Season 2, which was the start of the show being drastically changed. Probably due to the fact that it was shifted due to how it worked on Gia Fontana and Wild Brain itself. I like to keep in mind that Polly Pocket used to be on Hulu, and then it moved to Netflix. And then there's the saying that Polly shouldn't have spoiled her parents like this, that she shouldn't do this. But, guess what? She did it. She really just allowed her entire family to do this whole locket thing for some bizarre reason. This doesn't feel right in my opinion, because Polly should have kept that secret shut. Seriously, it really doesn't make sense there. I honestly hope that it wasn't canon to Season 1, because if it is, then it would have ruined the story. But alas, there is something that I just want to talk about. A scene that is quite surprising. Because there is something there. There is something really surprising that I never expected to see happening. But it happened anyway. So, a Season 5 episode called Adventures of Dragon Sitting was a 2-part apparently, and Polly Pocket met on Gwen and Griselle. Gwen and Griselle, after 4 seasons of not showing up, they finally showed up. Well, 3 seasons, if we are not counting Season 5. This right here brings me to some questions there. If this is actually canon, then this would actually be kind of a mistake. Because during Unlocking the Past Part 2, Gwen and Griselle were going to hide in a bunker. They were going to hide in a bunker while they think that Littleton is going to be shrunken down like the size of, well, a Toy City. And that led to Polly saving the day because of her special skills. And how she used the power to get super tiny, though that did lead to a side effect, which is very understandable for what they're doing. So that led to them doing a quick mission just for them to grow back. Meanwhile, Gwen and Griselle were hiding in the bunker, waiting for 3 months to think if that would have successfully pulled through, but alas, it actually didn't. Another frame told them that they were scolding Polly, which means that they actually know her. So, could this actually be canon to Season 1? I honestly hope not, because that would lead to so many questions. Also, with the whole thing on Gwen and Griselle, it took them that long. Because if they actually found out that Polly saved the day, and they didn't successfully pull through on that idea to shrink Littleton into a toy city like that, then they would have gotten revenge on Polly again. As well as the whole thing from Gwenwalda, which Gwenwalda was also planning her revenge after she took over on the Pocket with that cliffhanger ending. Polly Pocket really has its moments. Season 1 was a great mix between episodic and a story-driven series with lore, and it led to the generations on Prudence, and how it was specialized. It's such a shame there that they decided to turn it into a soft reboot. I think that Season 1 is not canon. Alright, I think that Gwen and Griselle are just there for a cameo, just for fan service, and probably not likely anything else. If they do that, if it's actually canon on Season 1 with flashbacks there, then I hate to say it, it would ruin the story. It really would ruin the story. Because that's my saying. Seasons 2 and onward, they are a soft reboot. Season 1 is its own thing. And I honestly wish that Season 1 of Polly Pocket would continue in its own way for the story so that we could have seen more of the lore, more of what was happening on the Pocket, how Grunwalda took her revenge, how it led to it, seeing more of the past on Grunwalda and Prudence Pocket, all of that. I would love to see this happen. Presenting the Cerberus treatment. Now, the Cerberus treatment is not that great to many shows. For example, Star vs. The Forces of Evil and Miraculous Ladybug. Those shows really took that toll for the worse. But Polly Pocket actually honestly deserves it, because Season 1 of the series was so promising, and they decided not to do it afterwards. Probably because it was one of the last shows that got animated by DHX Media before it got turned into Wildbrain. Meanwhile, when I look at another example, there's Kuu Kuu Harajuku, a show that started off as probably the opposite of Polly Pocket. It used to be this episodic animated series when they always interrupted their gigs on HJ5 and leaned to wacky hijinks. However, seasons 2 and 3 did fix that in my opinion. For those that like season 1, that's cool. But it's my honest personal opinion. Seasons 2 and 3 were amazing, and it felt like a different show. The shift towards Toon Boom, how it led to so many changes on the series, how the writing was changed, the animation was changed, the visuals were changed. It was different. However, the difference between Kuu Kuu Harajuku and Polly Pocket is that Kuu Kuu Harajuku stayed on the 11-minute format on its later 2 seasons. Polly Pocket, unfortunately, didn't. It would be nice if I would love to see Season 1 of Polly Pocket continue. I would love to see, like, fan scripts of Polly Pocket if it were to continue from Season 1. And let Seasons 2 and onward just be non-canon. Because Season 1, in my opinion, is its own thing, and it would be special there for the generations on Polly and how she has her locket with those generations on Prudence and, of course, her grandma, Penelope. And it would be special there, too, given how it was shifted there, and I guess because Polly is a preteen girl, even though many other shows can manage to do that with a special treatment to still be story-driven. It can still be useful in a way there. It's just that one frame of Gwen and Griselle, that one scene, just surprised me. But I just wonder how it will go there and how surprising it went on Gwen and Griselle on how they returned. And they just showed up out of nowhere. They didn't really explain about it. So chances are, yeah, it's very unlikely that it is canon to season 1, in my opinion. Anyway, guys, this is Kawaii Life Antonio, signing off. Peace.